Hey everyone, Greta here. Today we are going to talk about how to practice a handstand when we only have a chair. A lot of people have this misconception that a handstand is a handstand only when your legs are up in the air and you're balancing on both your arms. Well, that is actually one of the variations. There are a lot of other options and variations in a handstand. People tend to think that by kicking up with the legs in mid-air, then that's the only time when they're doing handstand. But actually, what's more important is having a solid base. So what we are going to do today is we are going to use a chair to help open our shoulders, build the shoulder strength, and also to really feel that push and what we need to do in order to do a handstand with the legs above our hips when we have the chance to do that. It is very important to be well connected with your base, meaning the shoulders and arms and area when you're doing a handstand, because when you have a solid and strong base, kicking up will require less effort, less hit and miss, and also being able to balance in a handstand becomes more accessible. The only prop that you need is a chair. The mat is also optional. You'll be placing your hands on the floor if you don't have a mat. And the wall, unimportant. The reason why I have this setup, with the wall behind the chair is just because the setup is cleaner, that's all. Let's start by opening our shoulders. You'll be coming to the shape, kind of like a tabletop with the hands on the seat of the chair. Your hands will be forming a thumbs up, okay? Ideally, you actually want to peel the arms away from one another. So your thumbs will be facing a 10 to 2 o'clock direction, but then just start off with 12, okay? Your knees underneath your hips, okay? Drop the head, and just do a few rounds of cat-cows, just to warm up the spine. And then after that, once you feel all right, checking that, imagine you got back pockets on your leggings or pants, and they are pointing down towards the back of your knees. Long arms, drop head. Your thumbs want to peel away from one another. So again, a 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock direction. Broaden of the upper back. Arms pressing to the seat of the chair, armpits pressing down. However, you want to keep the belly hugging in and hauling up the chest, engaging your chest muscles so that the chest doesn't drop. Okay. Imagine from the knuckles all the way to the end of your hips, a flat line, horizontal line. Armpits press, chest hollows, upper back spreading, feeling it broad. So if there's like a cup of water poured on your back, they shouldn't collect any drops of water. Stay as long as you need. For that shoulder opening, it'll be good to stay for 1 minute, but then it really depends. I tend to do like 1 minute round for 2 rounds. After that, we'll be working on waking up of the shoulder muscles. Again, the chair. This time, you will be having the back facing the chair, coming to this shape. Okay. The hands will be placed on the seat of the chair, elbows pointing towards the back instead of out and away. Shoulders roll back and down, and allow the center of the chest to lift a little bit. The legs could be bent or straight, it is entirely up to you, but just make sure that you're not using too much effort in the legs. Okay, and then whenever you feel ready, you are going to start to bend the elbows, feeling the triceps, the back of the upper arms firing up, and all this time the shoulders don't go forward nor up to the ears, they stay relatively down and back. Okay, and then you can do up and downs, or maybe just hold. When you're holding, checking that the elbows are still bending towards the back, and you want to have a micro bend. Okay. Nothing too crazy that the shoulders would dip forward and allow the chest to hollow. Rather, it's still reverse. And just stay. Don't forget to breathe. For the previous drill that we just did, if it's up and down, non-stop, I would do maybe about 45 seconds and 2 times, or maybe even 3 times if I have time. taking my time, not rushing through, really feeling everything. So another reason of not trying to rush through is because you don't want to use momentum and just pump, pump, pump. Rather, you want to go slow so that you can really feel the muscles working. If I hold still, it would be again 45 minutes, same thing, either 2 sets or 3 sets, just to have enough time for the muscles to start working, but without draining them. So we're ready to do the variation of handstand with the chair. What you're gonna do is you're gonna place the hands down on the floor and the feet on the chair. The setup is like this. I like to have the toes on the chair instead of the tops of your feet, simply because of this chair is really uncomfortable to press my toes, the tops of the feet on. So just see how things are. Keeping your knees bent, okay? And again, if you are on toes, make sure that the toes and the top mount is on the chair and not the entire feet. Shoulders above your wrist. Okay, look between the base of the palms, and then whenever you feel ready, toes push the chair away and trying to stack the hips above the shoulders. Belly hugging in, winding up the upper back. Remember that shoulder opening drill we did a little bit earlier on. You want to feel that here. Okay, and chest muscles engaging. Don't forget to breathe. Vertical push. Trying to feel the hips right above the shoulders. And just stay. For that handstand we just did, I generally would go for the knees bent because it's easier. Easy in the sense where because by placing the hands in front of the chair, it's actually quite hard to measure. And it's hard to measure, oh, okay, my hips have to be above the shoulder, so where should my hands be? If my legs are straight, but if I set my hands too far away from the chair, my legs straight, check. My hips, I don't even have to look. I know that my hips are way behind my shoulders, so that is not helpful at all. But when I bring my hands close to the chair, I automatically need to bend my knees. And then if I feel it here, then I can still push. So that is just an easier way to find the handstand. This variation of the handstand is really helpful because you can just solely focus on the base, okay, and not needing to worry about the kicking up part, because sometimes kicking up could be quite energy consuming, and you also don't have to worry about the balance. You don't even have to think that, oh, I wanna, move my feet away from the wall. There's no temptations whatsoever. So that's it for my sharing for today. Hope it helps, and I'll see you again soon. Take it easy.